Gorillas, the largest of the great apes, are remarkable creatures that share about 98% of their DNA with humans, making them one of our closest relatives in the animal kingdom. These magnificent animals are not only a source of fascination due to their size and strength, but also for their complex social structures, emotional depth, and cognitive abilities. Native to the forests of central sub-Saharan Africa, gorillas are divided into two species: the eastern gorilla Berinjay and the western gorilla, each with two subspecies. These subspecies include the mountain gorilla Berinjay, the eastern lowland gorilla Berinjay grauri, the western lowland gorilla, and the cross-river gorilla Dilil. Each of these subspecies inhabits different environments, which have shaped their unique adaptations and behaviors. Gorillas are herbivores, primarily feeding on leaves, stems, fruit, and bamboo. Their diet is abundant in the forests they inhabit, which allows them to sustain their large bodies. Adult male gorillas, known as silverbacks due to the silver hair that develops on their backs as they mature, can weigh between 300 to 485 pounds, 136 to 220 kilograms, and stand about 5.5 to 6 feet 1.7 to 1.8 meters tall when upright. Females are generally smaller, weighing between 150 to 250 pounds, 68 to 113 kilograms. Despite their intimidating size, gorillas are generally peaceful animals that avoid conflict whenever possible. One of the most fascinating aspects of gorillas is their social structure. They live in groups called troops, which are typically led by a dominant silverback. This silverback is responsible for making decisions for the troop, mediating conflicts, and protecting the group from threats. Troops usually consist of one silverback, several females, and their offspring, although some groups may have multiple males. The bond between the silverback and his females is strong, and he plays a vital role in the upbringing of the young. He will often engage in grooming and playing with the infants, showing a level of care and attention that is quite remarkable. The social dynamics within a gorilla troop are complex. Females may form close bonds with each other, and these relationships are crucial for the cohesion of the group. Grooming is a common behavior that helps to reinforce social bonds and maintain the health of the troop members by removing parasites from their fur. Communication within the troop is also sophisticated, involving a variety of vocalizations, body postures, and facial expressions. Gorillas use vocalizations such as grunts, hoots, and roars to convey different messages, ranging from warning calls to expressions of contentment. Body language, such as chest beating by the silverback, is often used to display dominance or intimidate rivals. Gorillas are highly intelligent animals with advanced cognitive abilities. They have been observed using tools in the wild, such as using sticks to gauge the depth of water or to extract insects from tree bark. This tool use indicates a level of problem-solving ability that is quite advanced. In captivity, gorillas have been taught sign language, and some individuals have demonstrated the ability to understand and use hundreds of signs to communicate with their human caregivers. This ability to learn and use language is a testament to the cognitive complexity of gorillas, further underscoring their close relationship to humans. The habitats of gorillas vary depending on the species and subspecies. Mountain gorillas live in the montane forests and bamboo forests of the Virunga volcanoes in Central Africa, which includes parts of Rwanda, Uganda, and the Democratic Republic of Congo. These high-altitude environments are cooler and have dense vegetation, which provides ample food and cover. Eastern lowland gorillas inhabit the lowland forests of the Democratic Republic of Congo, which are characterized by a mix of primary and secondary forests with abundant food resources. Western lowland gorillas are found in the lowland tropical forests and swamps of western Central Africa, including countries like Cameroon, Gabon, and the Republic of Congo. The cross-river gorillas are the most endangered subspecies, with a small population living in a restricted area along the border between Nigeria and Cameroon. Gorillas face numerous threats in the wild, with habitat loss being one of the most significant challenges. The expansion of agriculture, logging, and mining in Central Africa has led to the fragmentation and destruction of gorilla habitats, making it difficult for these animals to find food, mates, and safe areas to live. Poaching is another serious threat, despite gorillas being protected by law in all the countries where they are found. Gorillas are hunted for their meat, which is considered a delicacy in some cultures, as well as for their body parts, which are used in traditional medicine and as trophies. Additionally, the illegal pet trade poses a threat, with baby gorillas being captured and sold to private collectors or zoos. Diseases, particularly those transmitted by humans, also pose a significant threat to gorilla populations. Gorillas are susceptible to many of the same diseases as humans, including respiratory infections, Ebola virus, and other contagious diseases. The close genetic relationship between humans and gorillas means that diseases can easily be transmitted from one species to the other, with potentially devastating effects. For example, outbreaks of the Ebola virus in Central Africa have resulted in the deaths of large numbers of western lowland gorillas, further exacerbating their already vulnerable status. Conservation efforts for gorillas have been ongoing for several decades, with various organizations working to protect these animals and their habitats. The establishment of national parks and protected areas has been crucial in safeguarding key gorilla populations. For example, the Virunga National Park in the Democratic Republic of Congo and the Bwindi Impenetrable National Park in Uganda are two of the most important protected areas for mountain gorillas. These parks provide a refuge where gorillas can live and breed without the immediate threat of habitat destruction or poaching. In addition to habitat protection, anti-poaching initiatives have been implemented to reduce the illegal hunting of gorillas. Rangers patrol protected areas to prevent poaching and monitor gorilla populations. These efforts have been bolstered by the involvement of local communities, who are educated about the importance of gorillas and the need to protect them. In some cases, community-based conservation programs have been established, where locals are employed as rangers or guides, providing them with an alternative source of income to poaching. Ecotourism has also played a significant role in gorilla conservation. Controlled gorilla trekking in countries like Rwanda, Uganda, and the Democratic Republic of Congo allows tourists to observe gorillas in their natural habitat, providing a valuable source of revenue for conservation efforts. The fees paid by tourists are used to fund the management of protected areas, support local communities, and finance research and monitoring programs. Ecotourism has the added benefit of raising awareness about the plight of gorillas and the importance of conservation, as visitors often leave with a greater appreciation of these incredible animals and the need to protect them. Despite these efforts, the conservation of gorillas remains a challenging task. The political instability in some parts of Central Africa complicates conservation activities, as conflict zones can become inaccessible to researchers and conservationists. Additionally, the demand for natural resources in the region continues to drive habitat destruction, putting further pressure on gorilla populations. Climate change is another emerging threat, as it can alter the distribution of vegetation and affect the availability of food for gorillas. Research on gorillas has provided valuable insights into their behavior, ecology, and genetics, which are essential for effective conservation planning. Long-term studies, such as those conducted by Dian Fossey in the Virunga Mountains, have been instrumental in increasing our understanding of gorilla social structure, reproduction,